Hey there, guys. Welcome to episode 90, the Practice Acceleration Podcast. Sarah, are we live?
We're live. Hey, guys.
We are up and running, and we have the fabulous Lisa Wilkes here. Welcome, Lisa.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
You're most welcome. I'm just following the right instructions Anthony gave me about passing the mic around. So if you are watching this right now, welcome. Type in, hey, and what should they do, Sarah? What should they smash?
Oh, the love button.
I keep getting told off, telling everyone to smash the love button. We should totally smash the love button and say hello to everyone on our IGTV. Thank you so much for watching. At the end of this, if you're not watching us on IGTV, you totally should be. It's just the swipe up feature. If you're listening in the car, thank you so much for listening. And if you want to watch us live in the future, go over to Facebook, our Facebook page, right?
Yeah, Practice Acceleration. You can head on over to our Facebook page or YouTube, or you can go on to Instagram onto our IGTV Practice Acceleration, and you can find us on all of those channels. You can see us hanging out here with Lisa on the couch. She's actually been down visiting us in Adelaide at a conference, which is really cool. I love that you're on the couch with us today.
Thank you for joining us. Now, what I'm going to do, so I don't break the rules and get in trouble with Anthony, because he's a ferocious man not to be reckoned with.
We've been given rules of what to do with the microphones.
Yes, I'm going to pass the mic over to Lisa so that you can ask the first question. Sarah, how does that sound?
All right, that works easy.
All right, here we go. I'm going to make sure I do it. Here we go. I'm a total professional.
Totally professional.
So, great work, Tristan, on passing the mic across to Lisa. So, Lisa, I would love to know, can you kind of take us back, cast your mind back, what made you actually get into business ownership?
Wow, it seems like it's a very long time ago now. I first got into business ownership. Had worked for many practices in my first couple of years out, with the view to get as much experience as I could in the smallest amount of time. And then I was working for a wonderful practice owner. I really loved what she had done with her practice, but I thought that, perhaps I could add more to that and take it to the next level. So I bought that off her, and so I started my business ownership experience.
Business ownership up in Toowoomba, is that correct?
No, actually in Brisbane I started
in
out.
Brisbane?
Yes.
We meant Brisbane, not Toowoomba.
Not Toowoomba.
Well, it's confusing because we're in Toowoomba now.
Yeah.
I meant Toowoomba.
Just throwing a few in there for you.
She's just throwing some curveballs in there for us. Well, yeah, that's awesome. That's really exciting. So, and you did want to get into business to obviously help more patients, that's right?
That's right, yes.
That's awesome. Well, I want you to kind of cast your mind back to when we first met, when you picked up the phone and got on the phone to Tristan. Was it Tristan that you spoke to on the phone?
It was, yes.
Yes, I had a really great conversation with Tristan. I want to know what was kind of going on for you back then, what wasn't working that you really made you pick up the phone and want to chat to us, or what was it that you really wanted to achieve by really chatting with us on the phone?
Look, we had so many things that we were trying to achieve, and we just sort of felt like we were treading in mud. Yeah. Mm-hmm. We were trying to implement all these really great things we thought were really great, but we just didn't really know the how, I think was probably the biggest thing. We had great ideas, but just our implementation just always sort of felt short of the mark.
Yeah. So you had all of these great ideas, but you really didn't know how to take action and implement them into your business?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, so just, needing that help and just sort of getting really more and more tired as time went on and we weren't getting results.
Yep, so you're getting, really burnt out in your practice?
Yeah, definitely. Burnt out was definitely an outcome we were definitely heading for.
And what other kind of feelings were you having? Were you stressed out?
Stress was definitely a factor, there's all those things. We weren't doing the things that we wanted to do by our staff, we weren't doing things we wanted to do by our patients, and certainly for ourselves as business owner, we weren't achieving the things that we wanted to achieve. So stress was definitely a major factor.
Yeah, and if you are watching this right now, you might actually relate to a lot of the things that Lisa was feeling before. If that is you, maybe just type into the comments relate, so then I can hear that and we'll circle back and come back to you as well. Do you want to take the next one, Tristan? And I'll transfer my microphone over to Lisa.
All right, fantastic. I think it's worth noting as well for people watching this to know that Lisa actually had a very successful business before meeting us. And whilst she's talking about it was stressful, you felt like you were stuck in mud, occasionally you felt like you couldn't get the right traction you want, it's worth noting that Lisa was actually already doing a fantastic job. Like, you were already extremely successful in my eyes, and certainly just in reality, you were already very successful. But many people come to us and they're already in that success phase, but perhaps you can relate to this. Type in relate as well if you can relate to this. By the way, smash the love button and hello to everyone on IGTV, following my instructions from Anthony. Perhaps you're already really successful as well, but you just want more. Perhaps you want to feel less stressed, you want to gain more control, you want to provide your team with a better environment, you want to have a real business that doesn't actually depend on you. So let's fast forward. We know that business it's tough, and it's tough for everybody. It's tough for us as business owners. Some of the biggest challenges that you came up against before us, what was really challenging for you in your business? What was the hardest part for you in your business? Like, what was not working?
I think the biggest thing that wasn't working for us is we had great staff, but we just didn't know how to get the best out of them.
Right. I bet a lot of people can relate to that as well. And I've personally been there as well. You've hired the talented people, no doubt smart and likable and also coachable, but you just didn't know how to engage them.
Yeah, definitely. And I felt like we were losing staff as a result of that.
Right.
Because, people only wait around so long for you to take action. So,
That's true.
Yeah.
100%. So you were losing staff as a result. What other impact did it have? Did that mean that you were having to drive the bus too much yourself?
Yeah, definitely. It kept falling back on us to sort of produce results, A, to see patients,
Yes.
and B, to keep the revenue coming in so we keep the doors open.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So all the pressure was falling back on you and Mel to actually drive the business forward.
Yeah.
Gotcha. So in terms of business performance, we've talked about how it was actually slowing you down. How long, I'd love to know, how long were you stuck, or were you actually going backwards? What was the state of play?
Look, we'd been making small progress, but the terrible reality is we were probably stuck for well over 10 years.
10 years?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. I didn't expect you to say that. When you said 10, I thought maybe like months. Okay, well, that's a long time to be stuck, far out. Wow. How was it? Can I just ask another, a more lateral question? When you're stuck for that sort of period of time, and we've all been stuck, and I know that everyone watching this, I think it's really important we just talk about the honest truth. We've all been stuck. No doubt you've been stuck as well. If you haven't been, it's going to happen. So let's just get open and honest about that. Was that impacting your life outside of work as well?
Definitely. I think the turning point in realising that we needed to take action around that was just not having any time for family.
Yeah, right. Wow. So if you're once again watching, perhaps you can relate. And Lisa is a total superstar, business is dominating, and she's just being very open and honest about the fact it was actually having an impact in your life. And I remember, look, I've had similar conversations with Melissa in the past as well about, now we look back on it and she'd say, far out, back then you were working so hard, you were so involved, that was not good for us as a relation, in terms of a relationship. And I'm so glad we're not like that anymore. And at the time, I didn't realize the actual impact it was having. And I think if you're watching this right now, please be aware that it's probably worth having a conversation with your partner about what your impact of your business is actually having on your relationship, your friendships, and your family, because they're not going to tell you unless you actually ask, because you need to actually create that space where you can get that permission. So let's fast forward again. And Sarah, I want you to ask this one. All right, I'm going to move my microphone over. I'm taking Anthony's instructions very seriously.
We've been briefed on our microphones, so this is going to come out very clearly. If you guys are listening to this in the car, or if you are watching us on Facebook, just type in "hey" and also hit the like button if you are as well. But I'm going to ask this one of you, Lisa, because I know, how long have you been in the program with us for now?
Now it's 2 and a bit years.
Yeah, a lot of fun too. We've come to a lot of our events, so we've been hanging out on the Gold Coast, and also you came to Hawaii with us, which
Yes,
I saw that photo
definitely.
recently, the flashback in Hawaii. That was an awesome photo that just came up. But I want to know, what's the best part about your business now?
Look, the best thing about the business now is definitely feel like we're more in control. Have definitely got lifestyle back around everything. I feel like we're doing a better job by our staff. Definitely more engaged, more present there for our staff, which means they're now getting way better outcomes with patients. Instead of me trying to do everything and feeling like, I was the only one that could get good
Driving
outcomes.
it, yeah.
Yeah. It's now amazing to see that we're helping so many more people because I've got that time to sort of put into the team. And yeah.
You've got an amazing team. I've met a bunch of them at our Adelaide event as well. So Katie, if you're watching this, say hey. But yes, like you said, you can't just drive it all on your own. Now you've built up a really great team behind you, really aligned, and your culture is awesome. So what's been the one biggest shift, the one thing that's made a difference to your business?
Look, I think it was the how. So the biggest thing for us was I always felt like we could never control what was happening in the room with the podiatrist and the patient. So that was the first, and still to this day is probably still the biggest shift, is gaining control of what was happening once that door closed.
Yep. Yeah. So taking charge, having a systematic approach for the consult when a patient comes through.
Yeah, and it's amazing what a difference that's made, not only to how we relate to the business, but also to our podiatrists as well. Like, they have so much more confidence about what they can do because they're actually getting direction.
And that's a great thing to hear from you too, because a lot of people come to us and they say they see our marketing and they want all of these amazing new patients, which is great, we can give them to you. But if you don't have a systemized really process for the new patient to come through, then they're not going to get the outcomes that you want, and then they're not going to become raving fans.
Yeah, I think like so many people, we thought our problem was not enough new patients, but that wasn't the problem.
So you experienced that as well?
Definitely.
But you realised that actually it wasn't really new patients, it was that you weren't taking control and recommending and having a rebooking process.
All of those things.
All right, Tristan, this is you. You can take this one.
All right, fantastic. I'm excited that I can now speak because Anthony tells me off. I don't talk into to the microphone. But I just wanted to add to that point, Lisa. Like when we first spoke, I remember very clearly you said, we're primed for action. We want to take action. We just need to know the how. And we're like, great. So if we give you step-by-step frameworks, will you take action? And you've been an amazing action taker. So that's a credit to you. And one of the big shifts you've made is something which I think a lot of people perhaps are not aware of enough inside their business, is that right now your staff, you guys are watching this right now. I know this was happening with your team, happened with my team in the past. It's something you need to be ever mindful of, is that a healthcare professional can get stuck in this mindset of being a facilitator, of not guiding the consult and thinking like on the back foot, of like letting the patient guide the way. Like we get so much pushback from patients in terms of either price sensitivity, or we might get a personality we're not comfortable with. We might have someone that's from one end of the scale of like, yes, I'll follow everything you say to me, to the other end of the scale, which is like, no, I know what I want because I've been on Dr. Google, and everything in between. And the end result really is our staff, our healthcare professionals, they want to avoid conflict. And they want to avoid the tough conversations. As a result, they facilitate rather than actually leading. But when they do that, and for everyone watching, this is what's actually happening. When your team are led by the patient, all that's going to happen is they're not actually going to recommend the right dose of treatment. The patient won't accept the right dose of treatment. You'll end up under-recommending. The patient won't get the right clinical outcome. So we're kind of underserving the market, but also by doing that, we've got a business which is not predictable, it's not controllable, and it's not scalable, and it ends up dependent on you. So you've experienced that yourself. So if you're watching, this is not isolated to just one or two people. This is happening in every single practice that exists in the world, and you guys need to be aware of it. And I want you to distinguish, when your staff are talking to your patients, distinguish the difference between sympathy and empathy, being led versus actually leading, and being a facilitator versus being an actual leader, because I think that'll really transform your business. So now you've been able to do that. Let's talk about some actual objective shifts. Are you comfortable talking about some objective shifts?
Yep.
Perfect. So what I'd like to know is, when you actually joined us, like I said, you're already doing really, really well in terms of your business growth. Can you remember what you were actually doing in monthly revenue back then, approximately?
I believe when we joined, we were doing about $50,000 in monthly revenue.
$50,000. So it was actually a big style business. Like, you don't get to $600,000 a year in healthcare without being, first of all, clinically excellent, without being able to win new patients coming through the door, demonstrate that you're really good, and get them to talk about you a lot. So you had an amazing business. I'd love to know now, what are you up to now? What's been the shift?
The shift now is we're solidly hitting
$80,000 per month.
Congrats.
Hashtag show off. Love your work. So we're going from $50,000 per month to $80,000 per month, and had all those other benefits. But I think it's really important we do address this, because like Sarah and I and everyone here at the Practice Acceleration team, we talk business all day, every day. And I just want our listeners and our viewers to understand that you don't just grow a business by being good at by being good at marketing and patient management and team leadership. You actually grow a great business when you genuinely care for your patients and you provide exceptional healthcare outcomes. And in my opinion, it's being great at business and being great at clinical, they must go together. So I'm gonna make the absolute assumption, I'm sure this is the case, that your patient's getting even better care now.
Yeah, without a doubt. And I think that's been one of the best things, is being able to achieve those results and still be servicing our clients in the best possible way.
I love that. That is fantastic. Well, I'm so excited to hear it, and I'm just so delighted to hear of your results. You're crushing it. This is awesome. So, Sarah, I'm gonna pass the next question back to you. Okay, I'm gonna carefully pass this back over to Lisa.
One of the other questions I wanted to ask you before we move on to this, Lisa, is talking about your clinical hours. Because you were treating clinically a lot when we first met. What are your clinical hours now? Like, how much have they reduced? And what are you doing with your time now?
So I don't treat at all anymore. So I have no clinical hours.
She's not treating patients anymore, but what are you doing now?
So I spend a lot of my time developing our treatment systems, so making sure that what we're doing in the room is the best possible thing we can be doing, training the staff on that, and then guiding the podiatrists through that. So that's one of the main things I spend a lot of my time on, which is great because, spending that time with young and, developing podiatrists is very rewarding.
It's amazing, yes. So now you've dropped your clinical hours, you're not clinically treating at all, but now you're really leading and training and inspiring your team to create even more people so you can impact more people. That's amazing. It's awesome. Well, I love that. So I've got the next question up here. So now that you've made these shifts, some amazing shifts, so congratulations. How different does your future now that you've made these shifts?
Look, life is fun. Yeah.
You look like you're having fun.
Yeah.
You get to come to Adelaide and hang out with us while everyone else is back at the clinic doing an amazing job.
They are doing a very amazing job.
Yes, you said you checked in with them and everything's running perfectly back at the clinic.
Yeah, no, they've been smashing it.
They've been smashing it, coming up with solutions, you said, to problems that are coming up and just owning it, which is cool.
Yeah.
So you also mentioned that lifestyle's a thing that you love to have as well. So
yeah, look, another reason that we came into this program was, we'd suffered through many years of having poor lifestyle, never sort of been able to switch off.
Yeah.
And definitely lifestyle now is, I couldn't ask for it to be any better, really. We take quite a few holidays through the year.
It's amazing.
The team's so well organised, and we have tools and tactics for checking in with them that doesn't really impede on your downtime. As well as that, when I go to work now, it's fun. I don't walk in the door with my blood pressure already hitting the roof.
Yeah.
It's relaxed.
That's so cool. So you can go on all of these holidays whilst your clinic still runs in the background, which is amazing. And then you get to go into work and have a whole heap of fun, which is why you got into business, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
I think I need to take the next question as well.
I always forget this question's coming up, and then I'm like, uh-oh, what's going to happen here?
I love asking this question, but I'd love for you to, how would you describe Tristan, working with Tristan?
Oh, working with Tristan's been amazing. Having someone...
Yeah, he made you say that, didn't he?
I must declare I'm not being paid at all for that comment.
Okay.
No, it's been fantastic. Just being able to work with someone and even his whole team that can very quickly see what the problem is, but not only that, give you very practical, easy to implement solutions to the problem.
Awesome. Yes, some really step-by-step solutions.
I'm massively relieved. And Lisa, it's a pleasure working with you as well. So it goes both ways. So thank you so much for being so kind in your summary of working with us. So there are a lot of people out there who do make all sorts of promises. There's seems to me that there's a business coaching university that seems to pump out business coaches every single day now, most of which are just simply trying to use cookie cutter type approaches. I would like to know, in a sea of people trying to over-promise, what made you actually choose us over those so-called gurus out there and now get these incredible results? What made you actually choose us? Because the reason I'm asking that is I would like to know, what is it about? Why do people actually choose us? But also for people listening, maybe they're looking for the same thing. Perhaps you just give us your thoughts there. What made you choose us?
Look, I think straight away you were able to pinpoint the problem, the complexities that we were facing, and within the first couple of months, you gave us solutions that straight away addressed our immediate problem and gave us the space to then address the more fundamental issues that we sort of hadn't really even realised were there, and then that they were addressable.
Yes, well, I'm glad that we've been able to do that, because now you're crushing it and you're still just warming up compared to what is possible for you, which is really, really exciting.
Yeah, we definitely feel like we're just about to
You're about to you've already launched, like you're dominating, but still, we've got another 7 figures to come, in my opinion, over the next 12 months. So, Sarah, I think you should perhaps take this next one because I've been hogging the microphone. I'm going to pass it back.
Well, another question that we hear from a lot of people when choosing a program, we know that price is a determining factor. So what would you say to listeners about your investment in the program?
Look, I think sometimes when you get to a point where you've hit that wall, you almost can't afford not to invest the money. And I guess with you guys, you really do put your money where your mouth is. You do get that money back within a very short period of time.
Yep. Yes, so we guarantee all of our results as well whenever we take someone on. But like you said, when you were stuck for 10 years, something had to change.
Yeah, that's right.
Something had to change, and price isn't a determining factor in that.
Well, I'm really glad you joined because I think you've identified it's been a great investment for you. But and let's talk about something which is non-financially driven. We know you've gone from $50,000 to $80,000 per month. That's an extra $360,000 per year. You've also got your life back, which I think is more important. But I'd love to know what are 3 things that you most love about our program?
It's simple.
You can scale simplicity.
You can, that's right. I know that you put a lot of hours into developing of it. From the consumer side of thing, it's simple. Really, you don't even really have to think. You've just got to do.
When that's what we always say. We're like, I get paid to think, you just do.
Yeah.
Yeah, great. I love it. So nice and simple. What else?
The second thing is access to the network of other fantastic health professionals.
Yes, we've got our clients are incredible. Like we interview heavily to make sure they're the right fit, and I'm really glad that you enjoy the tribe that we have.
Yeah, and I think even, you've got solutions to problems even before we know that they're going to be a problem.
Yeah, we're playing chess. We know what you guys are doing, many moves before you guys even get to that point.
Yeah, so even, when we're thinking about the next phase, we can just go back into the group and there's usually already an answer to that next step for us. So
that is awesome. So if you say there's a couple of things you love, what is it the best part about being part of our tribe, part of our program?
I think you make business fun.
That's what we endeavour to do. Make business fun. Make business fun again. All right, I didn't say that. Making business fun again. Do you want to take this next one, Sarah?
All right, last question. And this has been so much fun. We're going to get in trouble by Anthony because we talk too much. That's what he says. So what would you say to someone who's listening? They might be listening in the car right now, or they might be watching us on Facebook or over on our IGTV. What would you say to someone who is serious about growing their practice?
Look, if you're serious about growing your practice, like any elite athlete, no elite athlete doesn't have a coach. And really, you need the best coach. So I think if you're out there and you want to grow your practice and have awesome results and a great lifestyle, get the best coach.
And if you want to be hanging out on the couch here with Lisa as well, you could be in the same spot as well, then you can just join us. What should they do, Tristan?
All right, so if you are watching this right now on the Facebook or you're on our IGTV, smash that love button. Have to say that because Anthony hates it when I say it, so we've got to get that in. Or if you're just listening in as well, and you want to reach out and have a conversation to see if we are able to serve you in the same capacity we've been able to help Lisa, then we do have a link for everybody to go to. Sarah, what is the link?
So you can head on over to practiceacceleration.com/apply, or Anthony will send it out. If you're watching us on our Facebook Live, he can send it out, and then you can, have a chat with us, fill out a short form. You can hear about more results just like Lisa's because they're happening every day, which is amazing. And then we'd love to chat with you.
Yeah, absolutely. So when you do that, like Sarah said, we'll organise a conversation. There is some information to fill out because the truth is there is a very particular type of business that we can help, and there's also a very particular personality type that we do work with. You may have noticed from all the interviews we do here on the couch and also our case studies, we work with people that are open, they're coachable, they're really driven, they're fantastic to get along with, they're humble, they're already demonstrating a strong degree of success success and they just want to go to that next level. If that is you, then go to practiceacceleration.com/apply. We'll organize that conversation. Plus, we will give you all the case studies in the world that you could request to show you that this is real, and you can see case studies just like your exact situation, which I think is really important. So go to practiceacceleration.com/apply. And on that note, I think we should wrap up this episode. What do you think, Sarah?
Yes, thanks so much, Lisa.
Lisa, thank you so much.
No worries. It's been an absolute pleasure.
This was awesome. All right, guys, thank you for tuning in. We're going to wrap up this episode right now. So we'll see you inside the next episode. Bye for now.
Bye, guys.